What are our painful experiences with other people asking from us in life? When we suffer, when people treat us poorly, when people treat us like we don't have value, when people betray us, abuse us, so much of the time it's easy to just get stuck in a mentality of, I'm the victim and that's my perpetrator. I didn't deserve that and you didn't. But when those things happen, because they do, you could be the best person in the world and still have people mistreat you. Why? Why? Why do I keep winding up in situations where people don't treat me well? When those things happen, the experience is asking something from you. The universe, your guides, God, whatever your framework is for the non-physical, the the structure to the chaos, whatever that is to you, that part, your higher self, is not just wanting you to suffer. It's not just subjecting you to bad things and bad people just because. And no, you don't have control over other people, but that's exactly the point. When we're mistreated, when we're abused, we can't control that. I can't control whether someone's going to betray me or abuse me or mistreat me, right? So when I get into situations where that's the case, what's being asked of me there? When someone hurts me and when someone looks at me like I don't have any value, what is the natural human reaction that we all have? Why? Why don't you view me better? Why don't you treat me better? Why can't you just do this? Why can't you just be kinder to me? Why'd you lie to me? Why'd you manipulate me? Why can't you just listen to me? Why do you why have you seen the most beautiful parts of myself and you still don't appreciate me? And we tend to look at it always as that person's the problem. That person is doing all this to me and that person's the problem. And look, there's a level, yes. That in a way, yes, that person's the problem, quote unquote. That person's the one who's harming you, but nobody can harm you unless you have the energetic equivalent on the other side. So, really, if you're in situations where people are harming you, you have to ask yourself, what is this asking from me? I'm in so much pain because of this person. What is being asked of me? There's two options. One, you continue to perpetuate the same cycle that caused you to suffer in the first place, that caused you to even enter into this energetic agreement with somebody who is mistreating you, treating you like shit, acting like you're not worth anything, betraying you, lying to you, manipulating you. You can continue that cycle, agree with them, even if you say, you know what, I'm worth a lot. I'm better than the way they treat me. I deserve more than the way they treated me. When you're energetically agreeing with them underneath, you will just perpetuate the cycle because you're agreeing, I'm not worth that much. So I'm going to go to the next person to see if that person will treat me like I'm worth something. There's option two, which, well, I just want to say the first option, a lot of people do perpetually. I did it for a lot of my life over and over and over and over because we're stuck in that cycle. But our second option, what I think our painful experiences are asking from us, is to look within. If I can assume that every single person out there is just a reflection of my own soul trying to get me to learn, to grow, to love myself more, what is somebody treating me like shit asking me to do? I have to accept that that person's treating me like shit because I am treating me like shit. I'm treating me like shit. So rather than to always just say it's that person's fault, and yes, it is that person's fault if they mistreat you, but You, we all have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility that if I truly love myself, if I truly value myself, I will not accept that. And the only way that we can get broken down to the point where I say I can't do this anymore is through that pain. In my own life, I had to suffer at the hands of other people enough to decide that it was on me to value myself, to decide that it was my responsibility to love myself, not to just wait until somebody treated me better, not to just wait until somebody chose me to be worthy enough. The only reason I needed someone to choose me to know that I'm worthy enough is because I didn't think so in myself. And I look at my past relationships with people. I look at my most recent relationship that was long term and it was serious. And I recognize that I felt totally secure and stable in myself because I had somebody that chose me and decided that I was worthy enough and loved me. That was the only reason. Because the second that they reflected to me that I wasn't worth shit, that I didn't matter to them, that they didn't love me, and I was worth the dirt on the bottom of their shoe. The second that they just made that switch. In response to that, I can just go, well, that's your fault and you're just a bad person and you don't deserve me and all this stuff, right? You know what? I don't know why this is strobe lighting behind my head. If anyone's noticing that, I'm sure you aren't. I just stopped. I don't know. If it's strobe lighting throughout this talk, just I hope you don't have epilepsy is what I'll say. But I'll try to fix that later. But I see that on the human level, yes, that person wasn't very good to me, right? That person treated me worse than I deserved. But on the soul level, I have to see what they're actually doing for me. What my higher self, what my guides, what that soul contract is allowing me to do, which is when I told you I was only secure and stable because that person reflected to me that I was enough, the second they left, what do you think happened? Everything just came crashing down around me and I felt so low. I felt so worthless. I felt so bad about myself and just I can't even describe the countless nights of thinking a billion things of maybe if I did this, maybe if I changed this, maybe if I was better in this way, maybe if I didn't do this, maybe this is what made that happen. When in reality, all that was being asked of me was that I needed to love myself. It wasn't up to her whether I was good enough. It wasn't up to anybody whether I was good enough. It was up to me whether I was enough, whether I was lovable, whether I was worthy, whether I was secure and stable in me. And that's what those painful experiences are asking of us. They're not asking us to rage and fight. I mean, you're going to have rage and fight in you, surely, when you experience things. But at the end of the day, as there's many steps in a journey like that of kind of trying to move through painful relationships, not just romantic ones, but it could be friendships that are broken up, any type of situation, with family members. And there's stages to that, right? We go through anger, we go through hatred, sadness, forgiveness, acceptance, all billion times over. But at the end of the day, what is being asked of us, what we have to recognize is that we can be thankful. We can be thankful to that person because if they didn't treat us like that, we never would have been given the opportunity to have nothing externally reflecting to you that you're worth something, but you doing the work of deciding that you're going to be enough for yourself. You're going to accept yourself. You're going to love yourself, respect yourself. And That takes going through pain within, acknowledging where you're in pain, acknowledging where you don't like yourself, where you need someone else to accept you because you're not accepting yourself. You're rejecting yourself. And so, of course, the energy you're going to get around you is rejecting energy, because that is your higher self saying, listen, if you won't do it, then I need to move this person away so you'll do it. If you don't want to do it, I have to break you to get you to see that you're beautiful. You don't need someone to know you're beautiful, to see you as beautiful. You need to see your own beauty. And I'm going to share a super personal thing from my own experience. This happened recently, that, this whole past year, the year of the snake, 2025, right? I'm recording this on on New Year's Day, right? The first. I was having a pretty high spiritual experience at night, and I was thinking about all this stuff that I've been overcoming from childhood and relationships that were just a reflection of all the childhood stuff and all that. And I I've made it my screensaver, which I know anybody who sees it's probably gonna maybe make some whole narrative about it, but I made it my screensaver. I took a picture of myself that night with tears in my eyes because I noted it as one of the most strong and profound experiences of I could see myself as being so beautiful. Like I could just look into my own eyes and be like, I love that guy. I love who I am. I feel like a beautiful person. And I never, even consciously, if I thought so, like I've never walked through life like I know that. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if I hate this strobe thing, but it's fine. Um, and I don't know if that'll surprise anyone who knows me or not, but that's what's being asked of us. That only came about because I was treated so badly, really, And I'm not saying that to be a martyr. I'm not saying that because I'm a victim. I'm not a victim. I needed that. I needed it to happen, you know? We're not just victims of things. We're not just victims of painful experiences. Every single time you go through suffering and pain, something is being asked of you by your higher self. It wouldn't be there. The world is not just random chaos. The world is designed for awakening. It's a game for awakening. It's a dance of awakening. That's all it is. It's not random chaos. And so when you go through bad experiences and you say, why did this happen to me? Ask, why did this happen to me? What is in this for me? When the thing happens that you don't want to happen to a high degree, when the nightmare scenario hits, you ask yourself, what is this about? Is it just about being in pain? I guarantee you it's not. I guarantee you it's not. It wasn't for me, and it's never been for me. I've been through a lot of pain in my life. It's never been for me. And I'm not some special guy. I'm a human. You're a human. We're all human. And that's what it's about. So next time you're going through a painful experience, or if you're going through the midst of one right now with somebody who's treating you poorly, ask yourself, what do I need to learn here? How do I need to grow here? Why am I in this situation? The more we can do that, the more we can develop self-connection, self-love, self-acceptance, and that changes the world. Ram Dass said, the best thing you can do for yourself, or I butchered the quote. The best thing you can do for another human being is to work on yourself. Why? Why did he say that? Because when I work on myself, I am the love that I want from others. I become the love that I want from others. And when I become the love, when my first priority becomes that self-love and being love to me, then there's too much of it to not radiate into everyone around me. But if I am not that love and I just need it from other people, there's never enough to go around. and it'll always just my snap isn't working, but pretend there's a snap. I don't even remember what I was saying. The snap took me away. Pain is not senseless. Pain is not cruel. Pain is a teacher. Let it teach you, just like it has been teaching me and will continue to teach me. If you're resonating at all with what I am saying, then 100% you will really appreciate. Oh, I'm trying to get the strobe light to fix itself. Well, let's just strobe it out. If you are resonating with what I'm saying, you'll definitely appreciate another video I made. You're so much more than how people treat you. It's kind of touching on some of the same things, but said in a different way and focusing on a little bit of a difference. So if you like what you hear, leave a like. If you want to follow along, subscribe for more, and go follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you want short form snippets of wisdom daily. And I wish you all peace. I wish you all so much love. And if you're interested in that video, check it out.